Welcome everybody. On this video, I will show you a complete guide in how to install Windows 11 in unsupported computers using USB pen drive. If your computer doesn't meet one or more requirements for Windows 11 operating system, such as Trusted Platform Module, TPM, or UEFI boot mode with Secure Boot, this video will show you how to bypass this restriction by replacing one file during installation steps. In supported PCs, installation steps are the same, but without replacement step. Also in supported PCs, you may need to prepare your computer for Windows 11 as instructed in the previous video. Watch the previous video from links in video description. This video is divided into three main parts as followings. How to flash the ISO file to USB pen drive. How to boot from the USB. Installation steps, including disk formatting, partitioning and cleanup. First part, how to create a bootable USB from Windows 11 ISO file. Download a portable version of Rufus tool from provided links in description. Open the tool and connect an empty USB pen drive to your computer. The Rufus tool will load the USB automatically. Click on select icon to load ISO file. If you don't have an ISO file of Windows 11, watch the video from description to learn how to download it from official website for free. Change partition scheme according to your BIOS mode, i.e. if your BIOS mode is UEFI, select GPT option, and if your BIOS mode is legacy, select MBR option. Add any label for the USB if you want, otherwise, click on start icon to start flashing process. Now, download win32ui.zip file from links in video description and extract it to download folder. After that, send or copy the DLL file to main directory of the USB pen drive. This file will help you to install Windows 11 in unsupported computers. Second part, how to boot from the USB pen drive. Connect a Windows installation media. Turn on the computer. Once you see the manufacturer logo, press the F12 or another key from keyboard to enter the boot options. This is the list of most common keys to enter the boot menu for different brands. Move to the DVD or the USB and then press the enter button. Once you see this message, press any key immediately to boot from installation media. Click on the next button. If you are unable to boot from the USB or if you have a UEFI boot mode, you will need to disable the secure boot and to enable USB boot from BIOS settings. See the video in description for more details. Third part, installation steps, including disk formatting, partitioning and cleanup. Click on Install Now option. If you have an activation key, type it into the box then click Next, otherwise, click I don't have a product key to continue. As you can see, the installer stated that if you're reinstalling Windows, select I don't have a product key. Your copy of Windows will be automatically activated later. This is possible because some manufacturers store Windows activation key in BIOS firmware, so your Windows 11 will be automatically activated if you are installing the same edition of your licensed Windows. For example, if you have an activated Windows 10 Home Edition, installing Windows 11 Home Edition will be activated automatically, but if you are installing Pro Edition of Windows 11 over Home Edition of Windows 10, automatic activation will not happen in this case. If your computer is not supported by Windows 11, you will get an error message like this. In this case, you have to replace win32ui.dll file in the X partition as followings. Press Shift plus F12 keys from keyboard to open CMD. Type disk part and press enter. Type list vol and press enter to show the list of volumes. Determine the letter of the USB pen drive. In my case, the D is the USB drive. Type exit and press enter to close disk part. Execute this command to rename win32ui.dll file. ren x:\sources \win32ui.dll win32ui.dll.old. Copy the win32ui.dll from USB to sources folder in the X partition using this command. Xcopy d:\win32ui.dll x:\sources. As you can see, the file copied successfully. Close command prompt and error window. Click Install Now again to start Windows installation. Check I accept the Microsoft software license terms then click on Next icon to continue. Select Custom option to install a fresh copy of Windows. Select the partition that your old Windows operating system is installed on, to avoid formatting a wrong partition that may contains your important data. You can determine the Windows partition by its total and/or free size based on your previous usage for the PC, which usually takes the C letter. If not sure which one is the Windows partition, do the followings. Press Shift plus F10 keys from keyboard to open the command prompt. Type Notepad and hit Enter. From Notepad interface, click on File panel and select Open option. Click on this PC icon to show your partitions. Open the partitions one by one to see which one is the Windows partition. Windows partition will contain users folder, and inside the users folder, you will find a folder with the name of your user profile. Determine the total and free size of your Windows partition. In my case, the F is the Windows partition and its total size is 40 GB and the free size is 21.9 GB. Also, you can move your important files and folders from the old Windows partition to another partition or to external drive using Notepad, because all data on the Windows partition will be lost if you select to format Windows partition. Close the Notepad in Command Prompt. If you want to install Windows 11 over old Windows, select the older Windows and then click on Next icon. In this case, you will need to delete Windows.old folder from C partition after finishing Windows installation. If you want to divide your disk, do the followings. Select the partition and click on Delete option. The name of the partition will turn to unallocated space after clicking on Delete option. Select the unallocated space and click on New option. Type the desired size for the first new partition in megabytes and click on Apply icon. Select the unallocated space again and click on New option. Type the desired size for the second new partition if you need to create more than 2 partitions, otherwise, click on Apply icon without changing the size. If you want to install Windows 11 next to older Windows to get dual boot, select another partition rather than Windows partition with enough free disk space, and then click Next. In the next boot, you will get option to boot either to older Windows or to Windows 11. If you want to do a clean installation, select Windows partition and click on Format or Delete options to format the Windows partition. This step will delete all data on the Windows partition permanently, but the data on other partitions will not be lost. Now select the Windows partition and click on Next icon to start installation processes of Windows. The installation process will take about 20 minutes, but for your convenience, we have cut unnecessary parts of the video to make it short as possible. Choose your region and click Yes to continue. Choose the desired keyboard and click Yes to continue. Add a second keyboard layout if you want, otherwise click Skip option to continue. Connect the Ethernet source if you have active internet connection, otherwise, click on I don't have internet. Select Continue with limited setup to continue. Type a name for your profile on the PC and click on Next to continue. Add a login password if you want, otherwise, click on Next to continue. Change any of the privacy settings if you want, otherwise, click on Accept option to continue. As you can see, Windows 11 installed successfully. Let's see Windows 11 activation status. As you can see, Windows has been activated automatically using old key of Windows 10. So, if you have a Windows 10 license key stored in firmware, installing Windows 11 will be free, as the activation process will occur automatically using your old key. If you select to install Windows 11 over Windows 10 without formatting, you have to remove Windows.old folder as followings. Type clean mgr into search box and open Disk Cleanup tool. The tool will open with the C as the selected partition by default. But you may need to select the C partition or another partition that has Windows logo manually, then click OK. Click on Cleanup System Files option and reselect Windows partition again, then click OK. Check all options, then click OK to remove junk and temporary files. Thanks for watching. If you need help, add your question and we will help you. If you liked the video, leave a comment and subscribe.